Hello and welcome. I am the Restless Kaiser and I am over here.
And I'm the Blundering Bishop and I'm over here.
And
together we are modelling
for advantage.
That's a bit rough.
Was a bit rough, but you know, it's only you've only been on the channel occasionally.
Twice. Yeah.
So we unboxed this stuff around Christmas time.
We did.
When we escaped from our children briefly.
5 minutes here and there.
In the meantime, we agreed to split up the box and paint half each, but that's not exactly what happened, is it, Mark?
It's not quite what happened. What we did is we split up the box and then I took both halves and painted all of it.
And painted all of it, and I'm very pleased. And because we're super clever and didn't read the first mission, he painted all the brigs, and then we realised we needed to do the frigates first.
Yeah, it came around a few weeks ago. Let's get the first mission filmed. I painted the wrong ships.
But,
brilliant.
You know, here they are. They look all right. I'm really grateful. The idea with Black Seas is we're going to play a few games, see how we feel, and maybe it's a game we'll take forward. Maybe it's a game we'll just play from the star box. We'd be interested to see your comments from down in the doofer.
We would. I mean, it feels, the first trial games we've had, it's been really easy to play. It's quick. It's like a 20-minute game out of the box. Really easy.
But that's
to
with
play.
one ship each.
It's with one ship each. Oh, we did the 3 ships and that went well until all my ships crashed into each other.
Yeah.
Which was less good.
Yeah.
So that's something for you all to look forward to.
So we're playing the absolute, this is like scenario 1, this is before the advanced rules and everything. Scenario 1, Out of the Fog. If you've seen that terrible naval movie, Master and Commander.
One of the greatest films of all time.
I think this is what it is. So, it is early morning. The rising sun is burning off the night fog that has enshrouded your ship. When the distinctive sound of a bell chiming 4 times is heard at a distance. Beat to quarters. Unsighted by the thick fog, 2 frigates from opposing fleets nearing the end of routine patrols have sailed unawares into close proximity of one another. As the fog dissipates, both ships prepare for battle. Neither is fully prepared for this unexpected encounter, so both will attempt a fighting retreat in order to fight another day.
Well, I think we had some discussion about countries, didn't we? And it was decided that I would play the French.
Yep.
So I think in any scenario that involves retreating...
You feel that that's a moral victory?
I have an immediate advantage.
Or a role-playing victory?
Role-playing victory. Role-playing points
for role-play.
100.
Yeah. Okay. So this is the 4x3 map that came in the game. We're going to see what it looks like when we filmed it. Hopefully it's okay. I mean, you can see the lines. But if we commit to this game, we'll get a map.
Yeah, I think
won't we?
This is okay, but if you
it's better than a desk.
Pop your ship on one of the creases,
yeah,
so to speak, it just falls over and sinks.
Yeah. So in terms of victory conditions, we get a victory point each for each point of damage we've caused. There's 2 victory points for sailing off the edge if you're damaged, and 4 victory points for sailing off the edge undamaged. We begin the turn by rolling for wind. I might have to find a new sound effect of a ship's bell.
Ship's bell, yes. And beat to quarters.
Beat to general quarters, clear for action, sir.
Okay, that is 3.
That's never happened before.
There's some sort of action with the wind.
Apologies, looking up in the book, the wind has changed.
So we started with a brisk westerly wind.
Winds change, move the arrow on the wind rose 1 step clockwise. That's righty-tighty, right?
So I am now sailing directly into the wind.
1 step. That was 2.
1 step. Northwest. Northwesterly.
Northwesterly, sir. Northwesterly.
Okay, I'm okay.
You're all right for it.
So now we
have the weather gauge.
We activate an order of weather gauge.
Oh no, you don't, because the wind is coming this way.
No, the wind is going that way.
Yes, it's coming this way.
Oh, I see. No, it's going that way.
Yes. So over here it's going that way. Who has...
Yeah, okay.
Do you see? This is how you do it. I'm nearer to the wind than you are from that angle.
Yes, you are. You're absolutely right.
Which hasn't happened. We've not had the wind. We've had several tests again. It's not happened. We had to look up the table and then have a bit of a rethink. But that was one of the things when I looked at the diagram, I thought, I better work out how this actually works.
So to quote the greatest naval film of all time, you may have the weather gauge, but I have the weather gods.
Oh, really? And where's that from, sir? Educate me.
That's from Master and Commander, the greatest naval film of all time.
Oh, right. Sorry. So, I am at battle sail.
battle sail, so you move twice.
I move twice, and I can turn at the end of my moves, but I don't wish to, sir, because in the Nelson tradition, I wish to engage the enemy more closely.
Just forget about tactics, go straight at them.
It is a tactic. We know that we're better than you dirty Frenchmen. We need only lay our ship alongside the enemy, and our duty is fulfilled. You're outside of range of my bow chaser. I pass to you, sir, the initiative.
Very good. So I can't run directly backwards. Facing the wrong way.
That's the wrong, yeah.
And that would be the classic French tactic in this situation.
Classic, mate.
Classic. So we're going to stick a battle sail, so that's 2 moves, 2 turns if I want them.
We're not putting the wakes under the ship's a bit fiddly. We've put them under the ship counter-y things.
So
unit cards, that's the word I'm looking for.
unit cards.
Unit cards.
Absolutely fine. First move of 5. Then I will take... you get 45-degree turn with these frigates, which is...
See, they look big, but we've not seen the third rates.
No, but we will.
We will. Because these are a lot bigger than the brigs.
Yes, a lot bigger. And the
You're going to do it again, aren't you?
The brigs were difficult to paint because of their size. So I'm going to turn again, and then I'm going to instruct my powder monkeys and gun crews to open up.
You are within 14, but not within 8.
Excellent. So there is a special rule, is there not, Kaiser, about your first broadside?
That's right. Frenchmen are rubbish at gunnery, sir. That's what the rule is.
Yeah, but there's also another rule.
So you have 2 heavy cannon and 1 light cannon, a carronade that's out of range. But on your first broadside with a medium ship, was that how it worked?
It is done by size.
You've got an extra heavy and an extra light cannon for your very first broadside.
So red dice are my heavy cannons, blue dice are my light cannons, and
actually, in the chart specifically, maybe we should get used to this. It says blue dice are heavy cannon.
Right.
And red dice are light cannon. And just to avoid confusion, we should probably stick with that.
We should stick with that. Let's do that from now on.
So
I'm 5 to hit base. I'm over 10 inches, so I'm -2.
Yep.
No other modifiers, so it's 3s or less to hit. And 1s are crits, yeah?
Yes. So I'll get ready with the critical table.
So I'm going to roll a load of 1s. Rolled 1-1, okay. 1-1 with the heavy, everything else missed.
Or with the light.
With the light, yep.
Yeah, so that's a point of damage, but also critical hit, sir. Critical hit is...
a 1.
A 1. Quarterdeck hit.
Yes.
Place a quarterdeck hit. Token next to it. No change in the ship. Remove at the end of the next activation. No change in direction of sail can be made without passing a skill test. No change in direction or level of sail. If failed, the ship continues to move its current level of sail and suffers -1 shooting penalties.
Is there not no shooting, or is that just in the event of collision?
It would, yes.
Right.
When you collide, you can't shoot.
So your captain
I can shoot
confused.
a -1 if I fail the skill check.
Right.
So I shall make that now. Oh no, I was going first. It's wind now.
Wind first.
Wind first. We're still getting used to the routines. Wind. Oh, the wind is so exciting today.
Is there a wind chart in the quick reference
Add
guide?
1 to the rate of knots for ships this turn only.
Whoa.
So we move 6. And I'm going to take the first doofer. Oh, can I get right behind you?
You want the red one. You want the red one.
You were over 12, weren't you?
Yeah, I was about 13 and a bit. So battle sails, you're going to struggle.
But the wind isn't behind me, so I'm going to
cannot
move
go full
my
sails.
6. Sort of way-ho and up she rises, sir. And then I'm going to move another 6. I'm going to fire my bow chaser at you, because that doesn't cost me anything to fire a second gun position.
Whoa, a crit as well.
Crit! And the crit is... That's that quarterdeck thing.
Okay, so I take 1 point of damage and a quarterdeck hit.
Did I make my skill check?
You did not.
Did I not roll for it?
No, but you haven't
rolled for the
turned
wind.
yet,
I
so
haven't
it's
turned
fine.
yet. I fail a skill check because
So
it's
you can't
5 up.
turn.
So I can't turn. Well, that answers that one, doesn't it? So 6 is going to take me to there.
So you get a nice little broadside in, I think.
Is it a 3-inch broadside, sir?
Is it?
Is it? Because 3 is a bit of a big number in this game.
It is not.
Oh!
So with a 3-inch broadside, you get +2 to hit at point blank range.
So it's... Was it blue for heavy? Did we decide?
It was.
So it's 2 heavy 1 light and 1 carronade base, then an extra heavy and an extra light for it being my first volley.
That's it. So the carronade is 3 damage. Absolutely brutal. Luckily it missed.
Luckily everything missed.
No,
the heavies.
2 heavies.
2 hits from heavies.
So that is 4 damage.
4 damage.
Down to 31.
Did you just do 1 to me?
I did.
And I didn't mark it. Look at that, how cheeky.
Outrageous.
Right, so then I put my... We're not getting good with this discipline, are we?
No.
Because it's now you.
Right, so that goes away.
And you've got that... No. Yeah.
It goes
So
away.
the quarter deck hit you, if you make a skill check, you're fine.
Right.
But if not, you're going to... I should have been shooting at -1.
You should have been. I didn't see a
Any
5.
fives,
No, I think
yeah.
you're fine.
So you failed as well. So
I-
you're just sailing up this way.
I can just sail in a straight line.
Yeah.
I can't switch sails.
No.
So 10 inches that way. Will you?
I can move you 10 inches
me?
this way. These crits are really quite important, aren't they?
I think it's the key bit of shooting, really, because at 36 hull points, it's really difficult for these ships to come close to destroying each other.
Yes. We did it in one game where you raked me and then I hit you and rammed you.
There was an insurance claim. It was
Yes.
bad. Okay, wind. Wind stays the same.
Wind stays the
First time
same.
today.
I have the weather gauge. We're no longer suffering the effects of this quarter deck hit. You...
So my only issue with this scenario is you can now sail straight off the edge of the board and win. And that's the way they've written it. It's supposed to be the first scenario you play out of the box.
Yeah.
But it does incentivise running away.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a thing about trying to make the game seem more interesting. I think that I'm going to be... that's not true, by the way, at 10 inches. I don't think that that's quite true. Me sailing off. But I am going to make a 5-inch move and a turn. Was I right, by the way? Yeah, 10 wouldn't quite get me.
No, it wouldn't.
So I'm going to make my 5-inch move, and then I'm going to make a turn, and I'm going to rake you stem to stern, sir.
Outrageous.
But you're over 14, so it's
Long range.
only the big guns, and it's long range.
Big guns on 3s.
Hop!
Oh, a crit as well.
And it's triple damage in the
Triple
bomb.
damage. So that is 6 damage, yeah?
Yep. Not smashed up all your captain's best china. And the critical hit, you've got the 6s there. Do you want to roll it, sir? 6 doesn't sound good.
6 doesn't sound good, does it?
6 doesn't sound good. Critical damage 6. Fire!
Fire!
Woo! Oh no, we forgot the smoke and stuff.
I've got smoke, Hang
Get
on.
the smoke out, Mark. Get the smoke. Fire on board. Set a piece of fiery cotton wool on the damaged ship to represent as a blaze. Now go to page 26 and watch you burn down.
It's got to be black smoke and not white, hasn't it? There's nothing clean on that ship to burn.
Is there not fiery smoke?
There's fiery smoke.
Oh, you're mixing up a batch now, are you?
I'm making up a batch
You're making up a batch.
with a bit of
Red to black to white.
yeah, artistic.
Beautiful, mate.
There you go. Check that
Beautiful.
one.
Look at that. Woo! And then you're going to roll dice and put the fire out straight away, aren't you? Okay, excuse me for a moment while I read what happens when you're on fire.
Well, I jump off the side of the ship.
Instructions instruct you to put cotton wool there as well. And it's already done it elsewhere. It's like, mate, this cotton wool stuff is important. Place fiery cotton wool on the ship as soon as it catches fire. Right, so we've had a look at this. Fire rules. Interestingly, you are clearly and explicitly instructed to do this. It's repeating that, place a piece of fiery cotton wool on the ship.
Cotton wool on.
As soon as it catches fire, sir. Then the ship takes D6 damage if medium.
Yeah, and I rolled that off camera, and I got the best roll you could possibly get, which was a 6.
You got a 6.
Unfortunately, it turns out that 6 isn't, in fact, the best roll you could possibly get. So we are down to 19.
So what happens now is at the start of each of your activations, you make a skill check. If you pass that check, you put the fire out. Skill checks are like 5 up.
5 up, yeah.
If you fail it, you're going to take an extra D6 damage. And if you roll a 1, magazine explosion.
And sink.
But much of it, I think, sinks. But magazine explosion. You can choose to take a +2 skill, just sail straight and level, and that seems like a good idea. And if you do that, you also don't explode on a 1.
No.
No? You're going to do it?
Let's put this fire out.
Okay, so an extra D6 damage.
Right, jolly good. 4.
Woo.
So we're down to 15. And I can now choose what to do, though. So we're barking out some orders during the fire. So
Yeah.
so we've got to go forward, stay at battle sails. I will go 5 forward.
You're going to go 5.
I'll leave you to move
Do you
me
want
at
me
a full 45-degree turn.
No, didn't we get strong wind? Extra inch of No, that was the previous turn.
That was last turn.
That was last turn. I did that. Right, so you're moving 5.
5, 45 degrees, and 5...
45 degrees this way.
Yep. And again.
45 degrees. 5.
Cannot allow this insult to the Emperor to go unanswered.
Oh, the Emperor, of course. You might have a line.
I'd say we're out of range, probably. 20 for the heavy cannons, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, you are.
Yeah, that's all right. We're on our way back.
There's Marishi Bears. So, new round.
New round.
New
Wind.
activation. 5. No
Wind stays the
change
same.
in the wind.
You have the weather gauge.
I do. So the grim bit is, it's hard for me not to just sail off the map now, but we're going to be stupid about it, right? So I think I will go to light sails, and I would like to move marginally forwards and execute a teeny weeny turn so I can't shoot you anyway.
No, afraid not.
But I want to watch you blow up.
Yeah, seems fair.
So I'll execute a 45-degree We're just watching.
Yeah.
Hello. Burning friendship. We're like, ooh, what's going on there?
Okay, my
Alright, so
activation.
I had my activation. Ooh, there's my rolly token. So...
Fire.
Roll for the fire, you're going to put it out. Oh,
Boom.
put it out!
I have the best firefighting crew in the world. So we will
Function entirely normally, sir.
stick at battle sails.
Yeah?
Can you move me 5 forwards
I can move you 5 forwards.
and 45 degrees?
And 45 degrees to the what's it?
And same again.
45
Just got
degrees.
to worry about going into the wind.
That's
though.
sailing directly into the wind.
Yeah.
But you can turn at the end of this movement. You can still turn at the end of this movement, can't you? You can go there. You can fire at that point cleanly, but we're still going to be over 20. You're in front of
I'm
it.
not hitting you this round, I don't think.
And then you want to make
I want to go back the
another
other way.
45-degree turn. I never quite get used to where to put this.
There you go.
All right.
Your turn. New
Roll
round.
for the wind. Ooh!
More exciting wind action.
More exciting wind action. Move the arrow 1 step anti-clockwise.
Oh, so we're just back to the westerly
Yeah.
breeze we had.
Then I sail off the table.
You sail off the table.
And then presumably you sail off the table.
Yeah, back to France in disgrace.
Back to France in disgrace with a few black marks.
A few black marks
On
and
the
some holes. And some dead...
We fought the British and we didn't die.
Well, that's the...
The fire was potentially exciting.
The fire was potentially exciting. That is the French way, though. We fought the British, we didn't die. We are
It's a
happy.
victory.
It's a victory.
Vive l'Empereur!
It's as good as a victory.
So, we tried this a couple of times off camera. Obviously, this is designed to teach you the rules. This is not supposed to be a very interesting game. And the sailing off the board allows... I think otherwise it might go on forever.
Yeah,
like 2 ships trying to circle around each other.
And it's actually very difficult on a 4x3 board not to sail off the edge.
Yes.
Turning, probably 90 degrees each turn. So with either a bigger board, more ships, and the potential to sail back on after you sail off, which is in the rules, you could have a proper slugfest. But this is obviously designed for a quick passing broadside and then get out of town.
Yeah, and we played this a few times. We've done the fire rules. We had to check the collision rules a couple of times.
Yeah.
We haven't looked at boarding yet, but with 2 equal ships, things like that never seemed like a good idea.
Nope.
So that was game 1. I thought it was all right. I like the paraphernalia. Definitely up for giving it another go.
Yeah, I mean, we've reviewed the set already, but having put the miniatures together now, played with some of the flags and other stuff that comes with it, for the price, it's an absolute bargain.
Yeah, I double checked. It was 50, which meant I got it from just $39.50 or something from a third party.
I mean, even if you just play the box, you never buy another miniature, you've got hours and hours of decent gaming in it.
Yeah, we'll see how the other missions change up. But this is 2 of the 9 ships that came.
Yep.
There's definitely scope within that to do some more.
I mean, weirdly, you get 6 brigs and 3 frigates, which is a bit off balance, but you know the frigate models particularly are very, very good. High quality sculpts,
Yeah.
Well printed, go together really nicely. The sails are great, and by the time you put the sails, a little bit of rigging and a flag on, they look decent.
Yeah, definitely. I think that he's done a cracking job there. All right, thank you for watching.
Bye.
To your ladies of Spain, for it's we've received orders for to sail for old England, but we hope very soon we shall see you.